It's been the state's best kept secret. How will forestry and green groups broker peace in Tasmania's forests? The key to their satisfaction apparently comes down to a simple equation. Loggers will stop felling public native forests in exchange for conservationists agreeing to a plantation-based pulp mill. A draft statement being discussed by the groups includes financial assistance for logging contractors, but it still relies on the main parties reaching agreement and then state and federal governments coming up with the funds. Jackie Street has this exclusive report.
In June, peak timber industry and environment groups started talks in an attempt to end the decades-long conflict over Tasmanian forests. At the table are all the major interest groups: Timber Communities Australia, the National Association of Forest Industries, the Forestry Union, Environment Tasmania, the Wilderness Society and the Australian Conservation Foundation. Now a final negotiating draft discussed by the groups has emerged. In the draft, all the parties ask the state and federal governments for a fully funded package to implement an agreement, interim financial assistance for contractors, help for some to exit the industry, and a guaranteed sustainable quantity and quality supply of wood for those remaining. From the conservation side, they're seeking a moratorium on logging high conservation forests within 30 days of the agreement, with a full moratorium within 3 months, and that no new companies enter the industry while negotiations are underway. Small sawmill operators like Terry Gillespie in northeast Tasmania are concerned that more limits on native forest logging will spell the end of small timber businesses.
What do we all do? Like, I need a job, our manual needs a job, our local guys, they've got to get timber somewhere, and if they shut it down, I don't know what's going to happen.
One of the principles that both sides of the talks are considering agreeing to would be that the legal entitlements for companies to log native forests will be handed back, and in return a sustainable industry will be developed, including plantation-based sawmills and a pulp mill. So far, politicians have been kept out of the negotiations.
Were it to be that support was made for the long-reach pulp mill of Gunns that Gunns are proposing, then that would be completely unacceptable to not only the community but the Tasmanian Greens would continue to fight.
The only negotiator prepared to speak today says there is no final agreement.
This document is a work in progress. It constitutes a number of positions by each of the parties to the discussions, and it certainly doesn't constitute an agreement. There is still a distance between the parties that we're trying to close down.
The roundtable talks have been held in private, and until now details of the discussions have been kept secret. The leaking of the draft statement of principles could indicate that there are still disagreements about just how far the opposing sides are prepared to go. Jackie Street, ABC News.